here we are, another beautiful day, and down with Sarge and Ducey, down on the creek, and it's awful hot and humid, so gave me a great idea of what I can do with the vets for the next episode of Warrior Summit Outdoors. The vets and myself decided what better thing to do in the hot summer sun than let's go whitewater kayaking. None of us had done it before. How hard can it be? And we learned very quickly it's not easy.
Warrior Summit Outdoors is presented by the Berger Family Dealerships, Pride Mobility Products, and Quantum Rehab Power Chair Solutions, Peace of Mind Yoga, BDU Corporation, and by the Inn at Jim Thorpe. Sarge the Dog is presented courtesy of the Lazy Dog Salon, Roush Creek Off-Road Park, Service Electric Cablevision, Fritzinger Town Senior Living Community, and Builders Direct. Deuce the Puppy is sponsored by the Lazy Dog Salon.
Hello, I'm Gary Sinise. At the Gary Sinise Foundation, we serve our nation's defenders, veterans, first responders, and their families. We're working hard to ensure their sacrifices are honored and supported before, during, and after their service. That's why we're wishing the best of luck to Warrior Summit Outdoors. Your show will help bring attention to the difficulties faced by our returning wounded heroes. And for that, I thank you. God bless.
In today's hectic world, can't we all use some peace of mind? At Peace of Mind Yoga and Sugarloaf, you'll ease your tension away. Plus, work on strength, flexibility, and conditioning. We have 10 skilled instructors, daily classes, and offer all skill levels, raw beginners to advanced yogis. And don't be fooled, yoga's not just for women. Kids and men take classes too. Just ask Sergeant Olson.
Real men do yoga.
Whether a business person, stay-at-home parent, student, or soldier home from combat, you deserve peace of mind.
Hi, I'm Brian Anderson, and I'd like to invite you to be a part of something special. USA Cares is a nonprofit organization helping military families with emergency financial assistance. We help prevent evictions and foreclosures, utilities from being turned off, and we put food on the table for our nation's heroes. USA Cares is looking to form a chapter in your area. Go to usacares.org. USA Cares, making a difference in the lives of military families.
BDU Corporation, a local provider of industrial products, can assist you with training solutions. Want a state-of-the-art place to train your employees and customers alike? Check out BDU's Professional Training and Conference Center in Humboldt Industrial Park, Hazel Township. With tiered theater-style seating for up to 44, they offer a full-functioning podium, touchpad screen, surround sound, and much more. Plus, a separate entrance and lounge area are available. For their training center rental rate, call Brad at BDU, 570-384-7333.
To start our kayak adventure, I met with Mr. Jerry McAward, owner and operator of the Northeast PA Kayak School. Jerry told me he holds a special place in his heart for combat veterans and why kayaking can help returning vets heal from the scars of war.
As combat veterans came into my life, and they would come to classes, and I learned by watching and listening and wanting to do something. And they come back, they've been living in a much different state than what we know as civilians. And so the attraction for river and river kayaking is the adrenaline that we call an adrenaline sport. It is far different from combat. It is, however, it's an adrenalized sport without any incoming bad stuff, which you know about.
Yes.
And so I've watched veterans come through, surprise themselves with their performance, because whitewater kayak is a lot about composure and keeping your head together in a jam. Now, keeping your head together on a river rapid is for many people challenging. For combat veterans, initially it is, but once they link what they've lived through to this action on a river, it's a very transformational experience.
Well, as I see it, it's not natural to be upside down attached to a boat.
No, it's not. There's not a page in the owner's manual, the human body.
I'm like, where do you sign up for that?
Upside down, nowhere, stuck in something.
Yeah, it's like, perfect, let's do it.
And the great thing there is that once people get through that spot, they realize that through a progression of skills that we sort of like to teach the state to, they can learn how to manage that. None of us really want to be doing that. I don't think there's any person on the planet that wants to be upside down, nowhere, and trapped in something, but yet we work through it, and most people, almost everyone, has a great outcome. And I've had combat veterans who wouldn't tell a therapist what was going on in their head, and after a morning on a river, they start telling people in the class about, in one instance was a fellow from a VA hospital, a therapist, and he had 3 combat vets with him, and they were telling people in an eddy on the river what happened to them. And a minute later, the therapist comes up to me and says, 4 months I've been working with these guys, and look, you think this river stuff doesn't work? This is magic.
Okay, now it's our turn to make magic. The training day on the lake is over, and the next day the vets and I hit the Lehigh River for some whitewater kayaking. Hey, this is Sergeant Olson from Warrior Summit Outdoors. I've been through and driven through some of the craziest terrain you'll ever see in both Iraq and Afghanistan. But here at Roush Creek Off-Road Park, I've had a ball. Roush Creek Off-Road Park has 3,000 acres and over 30 miles of trails for every range of off-road experience. Our diverse terrains feature rocks, bowls, hills, and one of the country's only man-made concrete, all-natural crawling courses. We offer guided and instructional trail rides. Check us out. Tell them Warrior Summit Outdoors sent you.
For your exceptional affair, choose Carmen's Country Inn in the beautiful Butler Valley in Drums. With impeccable service, delectable gourmet menu selections, scrumptious homemade breads, and beautiful handcrafted cakes, Carmen's is sure to make any occasion a memorable one. Enjoy privacy and surround yourself in their beautiful, romantic 14-acre setting with gardens and delicate water features, perfect for picture taking or strolling. Carmen's can make your dream wedding a reality. Carmen's Country Inn, where happily ever after begins. Call Kathy to book your event today.
Did you hear about the new grooming place in town? Yep. Should we try them out?
Nope. You two need to go to the Lazy Dog. Steve and Melissa always take good care of us, and we look fantastic.
Don't go anywhere but the Lazy Dog. They are great at what they do. They are locally owned and reasonably priced. Why would you even think about going to a big box groomer? You're right, pups. I'm going to the Lazy Dog for all my grooming. The Lazy Dog, your locally owned, locally operated groomer, serving the Hazelton area since 2009.
Fritzingertown Senior Living Community, located in the beautiful Butler Valley. Fritzingertown Personal Care Services are an alternative to a nursing home environment with daily activities, cozy sitting rooms, and dining areas. Fritzingertown offers assisted living with private and semi-private rooms, independent living apartments, respite care, and secure memory impairment unit. Veterans Financial Program available to qualifying veterans, surviving spouses, or married couples. Please call Paula or Kathleen at 788-4178 for information or a tour.
A Service Electric Cablevision bundle is your local choice for internet, TV, and phone. Our high-speed internet has the fastest, most consistent speeds, no matter how many devices are online. Get over 100 HD channels with unmatched picture quality, convenient DVR options, and now, TV everywhere. And digital phone with unlimited local and long distance across North America and beyond. All backed by exceptional customer service. Make the local choice. Call or visit Service Electric Cablevision online today.
Day 2 of our adventure in whitewater kayaking, the vets and I arrived at Northeast PA Kayak School, and we received an awesome surprise. We were met by the Gold Star mother of Sergeant A.J. Baddock. A.J. was killed in action during Operation Iraqi Freedom, heroically saving the lives of others in his patrol. AJ was an avid kayaker, and he spent many hours on the Lehigh River himself. Tell us a little about your son. He was pretty avid rafter. He was a kayak machine from what I understand.
Yes. We started him when he was about 5 or 6. We had to pat him in the boat that when he would do a roll that he wouldn't fall out. The former owners of the rafting center suggest that we put pylons down and get him in the Olympics. But he was a real hot dog on a river. He had to have a red boat, and he liked to impress the girls. So,
I don't know anybody else like that.
In fact, he impressed them so much he put 2 girls on his raft and roll with 2 of them on. So the river was AJ's life.
And as soldiers, it is our duty to honor those brothers who have fallen in combat by, moving on and embracing life. And by that, we keep their memory alive. Sharing this experience not only helped the vets, but Ann Baddock Adams as well in that healing process.
My son was my boy. He was a hugger. Even if I were at work, he would come up and give me a hug at work in front of people. He didn't care. He'd give me a kiss on the cheek and walk out and say, "I love you, Mom." And he didn't care who hurt him. And his hugs were so special, and he just held you so tight. So when I see a soldier, I always ask for my soldier hug because they are so missed. I can only get a hug by holding a picture.
Well, we're all here to give you a hug, so we'll get one there. So it's all good.
That one.
You're stronger than all of us.
The Pennsylvania-based Valor Clinic Foundation provides veterans assistance accessing benefits, food, clothing, shelter, and support to homeless veterans, and post-traumatic stress resources. Founded in 2008 by veterans Mark Bayless and Tony Cross, we're a nonprofit dedicated to helping veterans navigate through the process of recovering and rebuilding. Please support the work of Valor Clinic Foundation. Help us give back to those who have given so very much.
For a limited time, you can select your style and your savings with Showplace Cabinetry. Select discounts on beautiful premium woods or choose cashback rebates. It's all up to you. If there's a new kitchen or bath in your future, now's the time to move that project forward. Stop in soon and learn all about it.
See the cabinet professionals at Builders Direct, 757 West Broad Street, Hazleton.
Jim Thorpe is one of America's most scenic and historic towns, and the Inn at Jim Thorpe, one of the town's landmark treasures. Built in 1849 and listed on the National Register of Historic Places, the Inn combines old-world charm with modern amenities, elegant rooms and suites with whirlpools, fireplaces, Wi-Fi connections, and more. The Broadway Grill, the Inn's popular restaurant and pub just downstairs. And nearby, kayaking, rafting, hiking, and more. For the perfect getaway, call the Inn at Jim Thorpe. Ask about special year-round packages such as spa getaways, romantic couples escapes, and outdoor adventures.
When my mom died, Tony really would have liked to have come home. He was deployed to Kuwait. The Red Cross contacted his senior sergeant, and he was on his way home. For one day, for 1 hour, I felt like the most important person in the world was my mom. And getting her grandson home, the Red Cross is there for us.
Hi, I'm Brian Anderson, and I'd like to invite you to be a part of something special. USA Cares is a nonprofit organization helping military families with emergency financial assistance. We help prevent evictions and foreclosures, utilities from being turned off, and we put food on the table for our nation's heroes. USA Cares is looking to form a chapter in your area. Go to usacares.org. USA Cares, making a difference in the lives of military families.
Now it's time to take what we've learned and test out the waters of the Lehigh River.
stood for me. Together we'll make the world a better place to be. Maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. Maybe we're not supposed to be there this long. But united we stand, divided we fall. You stood for me, I stand for you. You gave it
A lot of times, big muscly guys, they have quick reflexes and they're strong, so they move super fast instantly. And that's not always your friend when you learn how to kayak, because I always say you're sitting in the middle of a physics equation, so you have to move gracefully. So I think they all learn very quickly that I have to move slower. So, but they're game, they're totally game, so they worked it. And as the river went on, as the river trip went on, they got better and better and more relaxed. And the last couple miles, we all saw this huge difference in their ability to put the boat where they wanted to.
But no, it was a great time. It was, a lot of good camaraderie with the guys, and it was just good to get out here to nature, and just like I've always preached. And it was a beautiful day in the river. We couldn't have asked for better weather.
It's a lot different when you're in a controlled environment on still water, and then the water is moving what looks like 60 miles an hour. It's probably only a couple miles an hour, but it's definitely an adrenaline rush.
It was definitely adventurous, but I think the best part was being with vets, and that was the highlight of the last 2 days. It's a good feeling. 2 of them I just met, but when you meet a fellow vet and share similar experiences, in combat, stuff like that, you just feel right at home, So I think that was definitely the best part.
So I ended up underwater more times than I did stay above water.
I think not having been in combat or not having been in the service at all, I think I have a great respect for those that did. And I think there's many people who haven't been in the services and in combat. And I think the least any of us can do who have not been is completely embrace the fact that they were. Well, I think certainly if we can take a few veterans a weekend and provide an experience for them that is many times experience, so they can come weekend after weekend after weekend as a healing process, rather than, it's good enough to give them a simple thank you, here's a free trip, here's a free kayak class. But if they did 25 free kayak classes in a row, that's a real assimilation into a sport, society, other people, and it would be very interesting to challenge other businesses there were climbing schools, ski schools, rafting companies, the breadth of businesses that could possibly be approached on something like this, if they could offer the same thing to the veterans over time, so it was a longitudinal thing rather than a one-off thing, which is good enough. But if you want to aid in healing and stuff like this, it would be a really cool thing to do, to start some ball rolling so businesses did that. And certainly people are doing it, but it would be a great thing to create, across every sport that all these men and women have done, to have something like that.
After a wild day on the Lehigh River whitewater kayaking, spending a lot of time, upside down and right side up, doing circles, you name it, we did it all. Well, the boys and I, we built up quite an appetite, so we decided to head on down to the inn at Jim Thorpe and have us a great dinner. Sat down and had some good laughs and was able to reflect on the day's adventures. Guys, it was a great day. It was a fantastic day, and as we wrap up another episode of Warrior Summit Outdoors, I want to take this opportunity to first thank Jerry McAward and
you're welcome.
All the guys involved with Northeast PA Kayak School. And most importantly, I want to thank Chris and Eric and Jonathan again for coming out and doing this. This was a great episode. It was a good time. And I think we had some pretty good stories to share as we go. And, it's obvious that I was the finest kayaker out there, which was to be expected. It was obviously to be expected. I thought I heard Jerry and Matt and the guys talking earlier, I thought they were saying, man, has he been taking lessons for years? Has he been doing this forever?
No, I think what we said was he needs years of lessons to get any better. That's a little flip of the switch there.
Yeah. And I was saying to Mike earlier too that, like, boy, for a guy who crashes and burns so often, it's amazing what a great attitude all day long.
What else is there to do? All I know is I'm glad everybody really taught us well on that escape. So I certainly got that down packed. So,
but there was one person that stayed upright the entire day.
Well, that would be Sarah here. And,
just jealous of the skill set that I clearly have and you do not.
Yeah. Mr. I carve in flat water. Yeah.
You couldn't even do that, so.
What are you talking? I was under the bridge. The waves were like 8 feet high. I was
upside down,
cresting them like
upside down.
Well, that too. What I was actually doing was an ecological survey of the health of the river.
A quick 360-degree view.
Upside down on the rocks, I was just, really examining and make sure that there was, no.
You did one circle and then you did a circle this way. That's
what's great about something like the last 2 days is about forgetting stuff, because you push stuff out over the years. You don't want to remember, you forget this and that and everything. But it's not like when some of those vets get together. We talk war stories like you were saying. You just feel relaxed.
Yeah.
Like I'd never met him before, but I feel relaxed.
Yeah.
I feel relaxed with John. I feel relaxed with Eric, and it's a good feeling. It's not like it's hard to explain. You got to kind of be there to understand it, and
it's an odd camaraderie.
There must be a certain amount of hypervigilance that you still feel right when you're outside of this circle of your guys.
Let me tell you this, if it wasn't these guys standing here, my back would be there, looking this way. No way. No way I could sit here. It's just natural now. My wife already knows it. She expects it. The little things, I'm always there.
Or you're driving down the road.
Yeah.
That still gets me.
Yep.
So,
I still do it all
so
the
when
time.
you have a chance to relax in an outdoor environment, whether it's the riverside or the woods, you can actually, you feel a certain safety with your crew, people who get it, and then you can actually, like you said, relax. There's a certain relaxation.
I mean, I've always been an outdoors person.
Yeah.
I've always hunted, hiked, did tons of stuff. Not kayaking, but a lot of canoeing. But I mean, I feel real comfortable. That's where I go. I'm always in the woods.
For your solace, that's where you...
All year round, everything. I'll just take hikes, get away, whatever. But that's where I find my serenity. So, I mean, awesome idea. I mean, to bring vets to do something like that. I mean,
and that's what I wanted to do. It takes a combat vet to assimilate with a combat vet. And no matter how much people try to say we understand, you don't. Mm-hmm. And it's not that you're saying we're in a cooler club than you. That's far from it. It's just guys know. I'll tell you, and also I'm really, really glad we got to meet Ann this morning. That was.
How about that?
That was great. That was great.
And if you know some of her story, she hasn't been to our center where her son worked since he died. Wow. And so when she stepped into
been there since?
No, and she lives, 300, 400 yards away.
Wow.
So it was huge to watch that and to watch her, accept that kind of love from you guys. And she knows you know exactly what her son was doing. You were right there. So that was...
oh, it's good. I'm glad we could do it.
Yeah, and then
So
I'm glad she accepted. I'm glad she accepted because I said, I could find exactly what I said on Facebook. I'm like, 900, they'll be there.
Yeah.
Come feel the love, or come let them love you, or something like that. And it was a big step for her, I think. And
well, that's good.
Hopefully that was just as therapeutic for her as it is, for us doing things like that.
I think your show is a stage for showing combat vets in settings that are understandable, like the woods, or hunting, a kayak class, and then hearing the not the rehashing of the horrific stories, but hearing the process of healing and how it's a 3 steps forward, 2 steps back type of thing for many people. It's extremely, even for me, and I try to understand hard the last 2 days have been very illustrative to me on ways I could help, or ways I can just simply respect.
Well, everything you did was incredible. All you guys.
But I think the show really has a big mission.
Gentlemen, as a wrap up to another episode of Warrior Summit Outdoors, I want to propose a toast to Chris, Eric, Jonathan, Jerry, Mike, and Matt, everybody, and let's do this. Thanks for a great time.
Cheers, guys.
All right.
Thank you all. Great honor.
I learned very quickly that kayaking was not as easy as I thought it would be, and it was an exceptional challenge that I think I was up to. And we all know, as returning combat veterans, that we have to face life and face the new norm one challenge at a time. And we learned that in the Northeast PA Kayak School, from just learning how to get into the boat to learning how to handle yourself once you do that first roll, to that final step of how do you adjust once you hit the rapids. And as all soldiers and combat veterans such as myself know, it takes that courage to face each challenge at a time, just like we do in life. And always remember that courage is what it takes, and courage heals the soul. Thank you very much.